Okay, I am sitting here virtually with two of our fifth grade May Changemakers of the Month. I have Danny Sullivan and Molly McGeehan of our fifth grade Maury class. And congratulations, you guys, for representing the fifth grade Changemakers this month.
Yeah, thank you.
We're so proud of you. I mean, you guys have been the talk of the town lately. I know you've been presenting at the PTA meeting and whatnot, but I want to share with the community a bit about what made you guys change makers. And you guys can probably speak to it a bit better than I can, but I hear you guys had this project in class, and it started with like writing an essay, a persuasive essay where you were trying to convince somebody of something. Can you tell me a little bit more about the project? Danny, why don't you tell me about it?
Yeah, so everyone in fifth grade had to make an essay about projects that they cared about. I picked Black Lives Matter, and the top persuasive essays won, and it came out with like Black Lives Matter and climate change.
So those were the two issues that like really meant something to your guys' fifth grade class, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so you guys read each other's essays, you voted on each other's essays, they were published. It ended up that you cared about environmental justice and Black Lives Matter. And then I kind of got roped into this design contest where you guys were like, we have this idea to make a t-shirt that we wanted to sell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess I can talk a little bit about this, but I'd love to hear your guys' point of view. I know that typically in fifth grade, we would do a Maury mission patch design contest because you guys would be going to space camp. But since that's not really a possibility these days, you guys were super resilient and flexible, and you decided to design a logo that could be turned into a t-shirt for the community to purchase that kind of kicked off our initiative on social justice here at Maury. And so Danny, congratulations, but you won this design competition. There were 22 submissions from your peers, and we all voted. Teachers voted, your friends voted, and yours was the winning design, which we'll share in a little bit. And Molly, yours was a very close contender, so congrats to you. Yes, runner up. You did really well. I know Clara Bernstein, so Lil, you guys were up there. So Danny, Paws Up for Justice, which I'll share the image here in a second. Can you tell us a little bit about how you came up with this logo and kind of what it means to you and what it can mean to our community now that we're all going to be wearing it, possibly if people buy the shirt?
Yeah, so I thought about doing the Maury tree with the world around it, but I know how I would incorporate Black Lives Matter into it. So I remembered Maury that were cougars. Now we have that like cougars have claws, and I thought, oh, I can make a cougar fist into like the Black Lives Matter and have like the world around it for climate change, not so that we care about the world.
Right, but
yeah,
justice, it's not just racial justice, it's also environmental justice. It's kind of like you combine both of our topics of interest into one logo that could be kind of something that we speak about, just like, promoting justice and fighting for the rights of others and ourselves with this one logo. And I know the fist has always been kind of like this historic symbol of just kind of like standing up to oppression and uniting people, like, being resilient and uniting together. And so it's almost like the cougar paw, the cougar is us. It's all of us, right? It's not just men, women, black, white. It's all of us together as Maury. We're united as like cougars. That's who we are now. And I kind of love how that's like unifying us as individuals, but also as a family. So I think that was really cool, the way that you unified the fist as a Maury cougar fist. So Molly, anything you wanted to add? I know you actually had something to do with this logo too, which I'm pretty impressed by, because I myself am not a digital artist, but you have shown that you are quite the digital media specialist. Can you tell us how you and Danny collaborated as artists to come together on this design?
So, I pretty much did my logo digital, and Danny drew his. And for it to be on a shirt, it had to be more digitalized so they could like take it from there and do it. And so I pretty much had to put it in there, but there are no Earths and paws on the internet. So Clara came in and drew the planet in the paw, and I had to download that into my drawing, and then I just had to put the words around it. And so I pretty much digitalized the logo.
So this is what we talk about here, being change makers, being collaborators. Danny won with his drawing. He had like a, a hand-drawn logo. Clara became the digital illustrator, turned it into a digital file. And then Molly was the graphic designer who put the, the text around it and got that final clean logo with the date, the year, our school name, and our slogan on there. So you guys all work together to make this come to life. I love that collaborative spirit. It's so impressive. And I'm hoping that our Maury community wants to be part of this changemaker movement, because when someone buys a t-shirt, and here are some instructions on how to purchase a t-shirt. Principal PC put this out in her update, but you guys can send a PayPal payment of $28 a shirt to maurypta@yahoo.com. And you got to make sure you have 5th grade social justice t-shirt in the little subject line. But money from these sales is going to go to 2 of the nonprofit organizations you guys as a class, as a whole entire 5th grade class decided on. Can you guys tell us any bit more about the 2 organizations that you guys ended up wanting to donate to, Project Drawdown and Black Lives Matter? Can you guys speak to why you chose these 2 organizations?
Yeah, so I knew about Black Lives Matter because of like the fist. And I didn't know what to do for climate change, so I asked my teacher, Miss Jondal, like, what can I do? And I guess she asked Aurora, and they came up with Project Drawdown. It's a nonprofit organization, and yeah, basically just agreed to it.
Pretty cool. I mean, I didn't know about Project Drawdown myself, but it looks like it's the world's leading resource for climate solution, and that the goal to draw down is to get like greenhouse gas levels in the atmosphere to stop climbing, to steady out. So we're like drawing down these greenhouse gases. So I think that's awesome. And then I know a lot of us know about Black Lives Matter, but just to hear the mission statement from this organization, I think is super important. The mission is to eradicate white supremacy and build local power to intervene in violence inflicted on Black communities by the state and vigilantes. By combating and countering acts of violence, creating space for Black imagination and innovation, and centering Black joy, we are winning immediate improvements in our lives. And I think, like, we should absolutely support these causes. I'm so excited that the money raised from this really creative cause that you guys contributed to is going to be supporting the work that these organizations are already doing. So I'm proud of you guys for being so creative, applying yourselves, being charitable, and educating your classmates and our community about what's going on out there and how we can make a change and a difference in our world. So great job, you guys. Way to make us proud. I'm going to miss you next year. Our 5th graders are crushing it this year. So thanks a lot, and thanks for your hard work and collaboration. We're all really, really proud of you guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.